Welcome to Tzu Chi This Week. I'm Maggie Tai. Thank you for joining us. Through Dai News Lens, we're taking you to countries thousands of miles away to see Tzu Chi's footprint from Africa, Syria, Philippines, and China. U.S. Federal Emergency Management Agency is invited Tzu Chi volunteers to join the disaster evaluation, taking the cruise LaSuperma. In 2012, Master Zheng Yan looked at the map of Africa and decided to go into deeper corners to help more people. Tzu Chi volunteers soon organized an international team and traveled through 7 countries in Africa for about 150,000 kilomiles, which can circle the Earth for 4 times. The journey is not only far, but there are also many challenges they must conquer. Before starting the journey, they must check if they have brought enough medicine because this is a trip where one can't afford to be sick.
Yes. I forgot my passport.
Are you sure?
Serious?
Yes, it is the long trip that requires passport. In the past, Asian volunteers brought senior ladies of Zulu tribe to Swaziland's forgotten corners. Now they are well trained, so they brought the younger generation from the tribe to come along. This cross-country mission is 600 miles away and takes 6 hours for one-way ride.
Before, this was a problem, but now, no problem. Sometimes the big problem, because you need to carry the rice, you have to pay more money. Sometimes they want some permits. Sometimes they come at the border from 8 o'clock, from 2 o'clock or from 1 o'clock till 4 o'clock. They can't let us go.
After an exhausting trip, they have finally arrived and found a place to buy the electricity prepaid card so that they can have enough electrical supplies at the place they live. It has been 11 hours since they depart, and few paper boards with quilts on it. It's what they call beds tonight. Very soon, they started to pick up Swaziland volunteers at 5 a.m. in the morning to go to the community center to watch Master Zheng Yan's morning sermon. Africa has complex tribal languages, hence Southern African volunteers need to first explain the sermon in English, and then the Swaziland volunteers can translate it into local languages. A 10-minute video takes 2 hours to be translated and explained.
The rice is not the rice. Each rice is the seed of great love. We are here to plant the seed of great love.
We have about 600 people in our village, but only 6 have jobs. What can we do? So everyone can only find wild fruits to eat.
The last time we ate was 3 days ago. Afterward, we don't have anything to eat.
While driving on the sand, an unexpected situation has occurred.
I'm stuck in. We are stuck in. 1, 2, 3. Push!
Digging the sand with bare hands, the road is rough, but they keep on going. All these are because they want to deliver the rice to dark corners where people are hungry for it. It's -9 degrees Celsius in the morning of Lesotho.
I don't feel cold at all because I'm very cheerful. I woke up at 4 a.m. because I'm going to my favorite place to do what I wanted to do the most.
The 87-years-old Ntabisuk takes the morning sermon in Tzu Chi ground every morning as the most important thing in her life. She walks 10 kilomiles daily under with a blanket as she has to go through a 24-degree temperature difference. Hence, her feet have frostbite all over.
So touched because I can't walk that long way.
The master's teaching are not only written down but also carved into their hearts. They also practice them in real life. Volunteers in Lesotho don't have much money on hands. Their average living expense is less than $1, and now they donated 5 Lesotho dollars, which equals about 35 cents, meaning that they've donated 1/3 of the money they use daily.
Ho theka tjhelete e fumanang o hlokomela ngwana la high school wa 7 na o kgonne jwang go qetetse le volunteer ka Tzu Chi?
People ask me that you don't have enough money for yourself. Why are you being a volunteer for Tzu Chi? But I thought that even if I'm poor, there are more people poorer than me in the village, and God will bless me if I can help them. No matter I will receive a paycheck or not, I'm willing to help people that's more needed than me.
They are poor, but it doesn't mean they don't have anything. Take a deeper look and get closer with them. You can see faces that are bright and joyful, and hearts that are pure and satisfied. Next, we take you to Jordan and Turkey, where Tzu Chi volunteers have been delivering aid and helping Syrian refugees for several years. In Jordan, Tzu Chi works with the hospital to provide tonsil and hernia surgeries to refugee children. Meanwhile, in Turkey, Tzu Chi has also opened a free clinic center to provide medical care so that refugees can pursue a better future in foreign lands.
The memories of fleeing from the war have left its mark in the hearts of Syrian refugees. Tzu Chi has begun its projects helping Syrian refugees in 2012 in Jordan and in 2014 in Turkey. It has been providing scholarships, aid supplies, and medical assistance. Tzu Chi's free clinic center in Turkey is located in Sultan Gazi. After its opening, the center served more than 10,000 people in 3 months. It has hired a Syrian doctor to treat the refugees.
We are people who have immigrated here. Because of you, I've really become someone who lives here. You gave me dignity and the chance to serve our fellow countrymen.
Al Bayada Hospital is the first hospital Tzu Chi worked with after it began providing medical assistance for the needy in Jordan. After overcoming difficulties, Tzu Chi has won the new superintendent's support in providing tonsil and hernia surgeries to refugee children.
When we have finished all these cases, we'll be very happy to deal with us at the same cost. And I think that Al Bayadr Hospital is good for this operation.
The hospital is open for your cases anytime, and with like I said, I will try to give my best for these children.
To save lives and heal minds, love is needed. Tzu Chi Jordan chapter also worked with Jordan Hashmid charity organization to provide free classes to Syrian refugees at Toraba Social Center. Children can receive help for their schoolwork here, joining various extracurricular activities, while women can learn skills here.
We opened the Toraba Center. We are thinking to communicate the two communities or the two people from Jordan and Syrian, how to live with each other and to communicate with each other.
The future of children depends on their pursuit of education. In Turkey, Tzu Chi Menahal Primary and Secondary School had been sharing school buildings with local Turkish schools. In 2017, an entrepreneur renovated a building that became the school's new campus. The teachers can now make decisions about the curriculum.
Since I was 11 or 12 years old, I've experienced what the Syrian children are going through. Therefore, I'm deeply touched to see how you are helping these children.
These Syrian children will receive good education here. I hope when the war ends, they will return to their country. What they experienced here will be their memories forever.
I feel at ease in trusting you with the children. Children are learning here an Arabic language. Tzu Chi is providing education based on respect. We will be able to see hope in these children.
Tzu Chi volunteers have provided love and care where they're most needed. With their help, Syrian refugees can pursue a better future in foreign lands.
Traveling next to Philippines, where the central and southern parts were ravaged by several typhoons in 2017. Ormoc City in Leyte province was harshly hit by Typhoon Haiyan in 2013, and Tzu Chi has built Ormoc Daai village to accommodate thousands of residents. However, last year's Typhoon Kai-tak has flooded Daai village. But thankfully, volunteers worldwide participated in the work for relief programs to clean up the environment and restore the village.
For Catholic countries such as the Philippines, the month of December should be filled with festivities and blessings. However, in December of 2017, the Filipino residents suffered many frightening experiences. The two typhoons swept through the country consecutively, disrupting Filipino residents' Christmas holidays. In 2015, the gift given to Ormoc residents by Tzu Chi Foundation in the aftermath of Typhoon Haiyan were also submerged by landslides.
After the floods, houses have become very dirty and many trees have fallen down. My heart goes to the disaster victims.
After the disaster, volunteers from different parts of the Philippines gathered together in Ormoc to help the disaster survivors, including residents from Manila, Marikina, Cebu, Tacloban, as well as the Canagan residents who were affected by a massive earthquake in July last year.
We volunteered to come to help out. We have left our families at home because people here need us.
We also received help after Typhoon Haiyan. So now we also come to help other less fortunate people.
To thank Tzu Chi giving me a house to live after the earthquake. This community needs to be cleaned up, so I came to help.
The volunteers' devotion also moved Chinese businessmen of Ormoc. Many owners of shopping centers and supermarkets generously donated the supplies the Ormoc Daai villagers needed.
The principle of Tzu Chi's disaster relief should be giving supplies directly to people in need, so we choose to donate the supplies to Tzu Chi. Let's help our fellow countrymen.
Besides food and water, I also donated gas stoves because many people's home has been flooded. Only by giving them these supplies can they cook.
Although Ormoc City was badly damaged, it was full of vitality. The recruitment of the Work for Relief program, along with the joint efforts of volunteers from different places, local young volunteers were inspired to do their share.
Although my home is also affected by the disaster, they need more help than we do. That's why we came here to first help them because we are one family.
Tingin ko talagang kahit isang linggo.
It needs everyone to work together cleaning such a large area. If each one of us can continue our share, then the cleanup will be much easier. Thank you, Tzu Chi.
One can also see the love and compassion in the Dai village. On Christmas, this 9-year-old girl walked up to Tzu Chi volunteers and said Merry Christmas. Volunteer thought she was coming to ask for money or food, but unexpectedly she donated the 50 Philippine pesos in her hands.
She has donated the money she earned by going Christmas caroling. She says she would continue to save the money and donate it with her cousins in January of 2018.
The little girl's acts of giving has made her an angel in the Dai village who creates a ripple effect of love.
I feel very happy because I have already helped people in need. Turning our camera to China, in June of 2017, plum rooms have caused destructions in places including Jilin and Hunan. In the aftermath of disaster, Tzu Chi volunteers work together with local governments to help to clean up and provide aid supplies. Their efforts have warmed the hearts of many local residents, and here is our report.
Hunan province was among the affected areas. Working with the local government, Tzu Chi volunteers headed to the shelters and disaster areas.
We still have our bodies, do not be afraid.
I feel painful inside. I've collected most vegetables and they have gotten rotten.
After the vegetable gardens and houses have been flooded, Tzu Chi volunteers immediately mobilized.
As my skin is more sensitive, I feel stinging pain on my face. Maybe it is because I'm sweating. It is useless to wear a mask, as the odor is very strong.
Cleaning the flooded items, the volunteers put aside their own discomfort. All their efforts are worthwhile when they bring smiles to the faces of affected residents. In Jilin province, the residents tell the volunteers about their suffering.
Please help me. I cannot carry on like this.
After I planted the rice seedlings, they've all been flooded.
In the aftermath of the natural disaster, volunteers have provided needy supplies such as water buckets, medicine kits, and flashlights.
You've come early at 4 a.m. and worked till now, traveling from faraway places. How can I not be touched by this, right?
In the aftermath of disasters, the affected residents felt especially low. They are extremely touched as you have come to deliver love and needed supplies.
Despite the impermanence of life, Tzu Chi volunteers have comforted affected residents with love.
No matter how much work you've done, we are grateful from the bottom of our hearts.
After Hurricane Maria heavily damaged Puerto Rico in 2017, U.S. Federal Emergency Management Agency invited Tzu Chi volunteers to join the disaster evaluation by taking the cruise LaSuperma for 4 months, giving the members from 2 organizations a chance to work together.
This is the first time Tzu Chi invited by FEMA to join this kind of disaster relief. We are staying in a cruise. There will be a prime occupancies, more than 2,000 disaster responders.
The LaSuperma is a wonderful ship. It's a cruise ship that FEMA had contracted to provide lodging for disaster responders and for voluntary organizations. So the ships will provide basically a comfortable bed, a place, a shower. You know, the rooms are relatively small, but they certainly meet immediate and short-term needs.
Compared with my previous experience, this time the living condition is really good. I was in Haiti twice. We live in the tent, sleep on the concrete there. So not like this. I have a bed.
I joined FEMA Corps because I was always interested in disaster relief. So you sign up for 10 months and you volunteer to do this. It's great to see that there is this support from everyone. We're not alone and everyone's trying our best to bring Puerto Rico back to a new normal. So it's really nice.
It is so wonderful because you can see so many young generations. So they go into the community to do damage assessment. They go into the community to do the client intake. They stay inside the JOC to make phone calls.
I grew up in Queens in New York, and so Tzu Chi was everywhere around like my community, and my parents would like every time there was a disaster, they would always have boxes and you can donate money. And I remember my parents giving me like, I don't know, $20, and they were like, go drop it in the box. Every time I think of disaster, it sparked that memory when I was young, and like that's the first step in giving back. But it's really great that now I can give back.
FEMA will allocate all the responders to various hotels. So one way you can revive the hotel business to bring business opportunity for the local community.
This whole experience has really allowed me to realize that I definitely want to pursue a career in which I want to be with people and support people. It made me realize that like I can make a difference.
Lunar New Year is the time for family reunion. A former care recipient returns to Taipei Jingsi to give back and made 2008 cakes for everyone to enjoy. The cold front is here, but it's warm in Xindian's Jingsi as there are delicious egg cakes in different shapes baking in the pan.
Today we sold out about 2,000 egg cakes, and they all enjoyed it, as I'm enjoying serving them.
This single mother, Pan Shiting, hosts a charity fundraiser during winter aid distributions. In the past, Tzu Chi has helped her apply for the government's microbusiness startup program. She tested out the best materials, and now she can make her living and provide for 2 children by selling these egg cakes.
We are considered lucky, and I believe that all of us have a will. As long as we are determined to believe in ourselves, we will pass these difficulties. Yes, never surrender to fate.
Seeing so many in this cold weather gathering together, I feel very touched.
At this winter aid distribution and Hapa banquet, giving and receiving are intertwined in this home where everyone can find love and warmth. When visiting family and friends, many enjoy delicious snacks and desserts. Let's look at how volunteers use Jingsi food products to make their own nougats, and we wish you a happy Lunar New Year.